or least.
True Opinion Podcast.
Hey y'all, welcome to this episode of the True Opinion Podcast. I'm your host, Adontaus, and today I have some special guests with me as I record this episode. My two beautiful twin daughters, Amaya and Anaya, are here, so you may hear them cooing or... Oh, there's Anaya. I don't know if you heard that. That was Anaya making herself known. Anaya is the turn-up baby. And Amaya's sitting here in my lap. She's usually a little more calm and mellow, but we'll see if she gets hungry and starts tripping. But it's only right that they join me for this episode because it was inspired by them, actually. Maybe about a week ago now, my husband and I were having a conversation. He was holding one baby, I had the other. And don't quite remember how we got to this point, but I remember he said something like, you know, the world is going to treat them different because of the way they look. And I said, well, what do you mean? You know, I got a little offended. Like, what you mean? Treat my babies different, how they look. And he was like, no, you know, because of their skin color. One is dark-skinned and one is light-skinned. And you know how people, you know, treat dark-skinned girls, or what they think about dark-skinned girls and light-skinned girls. So, you know, people may treat them differently, even though they're twins. And, you know, honestly, my feelings were hurt, not by what he said, but I knew what he said was probably going to be true. And I just felt so bad, and I felt so sorry that this is something that they would most likely probably be going through. And, you know, we talked about it a little more, and I said to him, you know, I wish then that they looked more alike. Just, you know, that they were both light-skinned or they were both dark-skinned, that they looked just more alike, because then whatever they have to go through because of this idea about, you know, these preconceived notions about their character based on skin color, at least they would go through it together. And it wouldn't be so much like the world was trying to pit them against each other or make such remarks about the differences between them because of their skin color. So, you know, and then I thought, you know, listen, my babies can look however the hell they want to look, okay? It doesn't matter what the world thinks. It doesn't matter that people have these stupid ideas about, oh, light skin is this and dark skin is this. They can look however they want to look and let other motherfuckers deal with it. Oh, sorry, little babies. I try to watch the explicit language because the babies are here, but maybe I'll just put them in their room so I can really give it to y'all real. Because this really, like, it upset me. So I was like, well, of course I got to talk about it on True Opinion. So first, let's kind of get a good working definition going. So let's see. Discrimination based on skin color, also known as colorism or shadeism, is a form of prejudice or discrimination in which people are treated differently based on the social meanings attached to skin color. And it also says that colorism was a term coined by Alice Walker in 1982, and that it is not a synonym for racism. So basically, light-skinned people are this, dark-skinned people are this, dark-skinned people are treated this way, light-skinned people are treated that way. And we all know where this came from. It's not hard to figure it out, that it came from slavery. You know, who doesn't know that? The light-skinned slaves were in the house doing, I'm not going to say easy work, because, I mean, hell, everybody was a slave, you know, but they were in the house. The darker slaves were given tasks out in the field, in the hot sun, the back-breaking work, so to speak. And that's where it started, separating people, black people, based on skin color and attaching some value to being able to work in a house and making it so that that puts you in a better position, that made you more desirable in the eyes of massa or whatever, and somehow, some way, it has persisted all the way to 2017, where we still treat each other. God bless you, little baby. Where we still treat each other in certain kind of ways based on skin color. It's disgusting. I hate it. But in thinking about it, I mean, I'm no stranger to it. I'm dark skinned, chocolate, pretty brown. And, but when I was growing up, I was teased a lot, called a lot of names, comments made about my hair too. Kids are cruel and they teased. And that was the thing that they chose to tease me about. When I think about it, my friends my friends, schoolmates that were light-skinned may not have been teased for being light-skinned, but they sometimes were teased for other things because kids just do that shit because kids are generally terrible to each other when they're younger. But it doesn't stop at childhood. It's not like people grow out of it. It just kind of transforms. And as you get older, well, then there are these stereotypes and these characteristics that are attached to people based on skin color. And we continue to treat people in ways based on what they look like. For example, like in dating, okay? Like I did a little bit of research. Just like asking a few people, like, what do they say, men, specifically black men, like what do they say or what do you think about light-skinned black women? And I heard responses like, oh, they're nicer, they're stuck up, they are easier to control. You can kind of tell them anything. They don't argue as much. They're better in relationships for those reasons. Okay, and on the flip side of that, they said that dark-skinned women are more aggressive. They're more loud, but they also can be more down-to-earth and more fun. Oh, Nana's getting fussy. Let's see. Oh, what's going on, Naya? What's going on, Naya? Come on. Come on down here. Oh. Okay. All right. Got Anaya. So now they're both here listening to Mama. So, yeah. Dark-skinned women are louder, more aggressive. They will argue with you more in relationships. They are the ones who, I guess, play detective and will go all through your shit. You can't lie to them. Some other things that I heard are just, generally light-skinned women are thought of as prettier than darker-skinned women. Even in the business world or out in the world outside of the black community, light-skinned black people are treated a little better. Dark-skinned black people are thought of as more dishonest or more shady. They don't fit in as well in corporate situations sometimes. They would prefer a more light-skinned, straight hair, something closer to a European beauty standard. And all of this, as I'm, looking at this stuff, as I'm talking to people, seeing people online, all of this shit is just disgusting to me. It really, really is. Because who has control over what color their skin is? Nobody. Nobody has control over it. How stupid is it for us to be labeling people and treating people differently, making fun of even because of their skin color? Absolutely so stupid. Yet, like I said, we still do it. So then, thinking about this, I had to check myself because I have some preconceived notions when it comes to dark-skinned men versus light-skinned men. And, generally, of course, when you think about yourself, you think your own stuff is harmless, because I'm like, oh, I've made jokes before. Oh, Maya. Oh, okay. I've made jokes, light skinned men, oh my God, they're so sensitive. They take forever to get ready. They do light skinned things. They are crying and acting like women. And, have I made that joke before? Yes. Will I make it again? Sure. Have I thought, dark skinned gals steal your debit card and buy Hennessy and Swisher Sweets? And that is terrible. But I feel like it's terrible, but it's not so bad because I'm joking. I don't really think that's true. I'm married to a dark-skinned man. I love my black king. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's harmless, but it's not harmless because I guess, if I'm going to be 100% to be honest with myself, and that's the only way I know how to be, y'all, I would say when I see people on the street, yeah, I kind of think things about them. But I always give people a chance. I give them a chance. I may have, and everybody has an initial impression. So maybe with that, I'm not out there by myself. Everybody has an initial impression of people. And what can you make your initial impressions off of, if not color, or the way people look? Oh my God, that sounded terrible. Your initial impressions off of color. Oh my God, that sounded terrible. Oh, do you see? My God. I don't like that. I don't like that I said that. I don't like that maybe I do that because that's really kind of effed up. That's beyond effed up. Because this is what I've learned in life. People are people, and the shade of their skin has absolutely nothing to do with the way that they are. So even making initial judgments about them based on shade, light skinned or dark skinned, is absolutely terrible because then your entire interactions with them are colored by what you think of their color. Your interactions with them are influenced by the set of traits that you in your head have assigned to them. So you treat them in a certain way. So, damn, that's deep, right? You treat people away based on how you think they're going to act before they even do anything. And then you're looking for things that they do to validate what you already thought of them. So what do we need to do about that? I mean, I guess we need to look at people as just blank, not without color, because everybody sees color. I hate people like, I don't see color, I don't see shade. People are like, no. That's not what I mean. Just give them a chance. Don't your prejudices, these thoughts you have in your head, put those to the side, get to know them. Let this person show you who they are instead of you deciding and then treating them in a way that is based on what you've decided. And also, I mean, think about this person's life, okay? Think about this. If you think, because somebody out there is probably like, every single light-skinned girl, and I'm using girls and women because I'm a woman and I have these girls and this is what brought this up. But the same thing goes for men. But if you're thinking every single light-skinned girl I met acts the same way. They all act icy. They all act stuck up like they can't speak to you. They think they too good. They don't be returning my text messages. They don't be, light-skinned girls make terrible friends because they think they better than you. They think they this, that, and the other. Listen, what about maybe every person that this girl has encountered since she was a young age has expected her to act this way? So they treated her a certain way. So much so that she has built this wall to, like, you know what, people, like, they treat me like I'm stuck up. They don't get to know me. They just judge me. So, I mean, I don't really be trying to get to know nobody. I just stay to myself because people treat me a certain way. Maybe that is why they act this way, because people have treated them this way. The same thing with dark-skinned women. You think dark-skinned women are loud and aggressive? Well, maybe because people have had certain thoughts about them being dark-skinned, as we know from history, from slavery, from segregation. We know that there's a narrative out there that black is bad. The darker you are, the worse you are. So dark-skinned people, dark-skinned women may have had to be loud, may have had to say, hey, look at me, I'm here. Don't discount me. Let me have an opportunity. They may have had to always speak up for themselves and be assertive, not aggressive, be assertive in what they want, because otherwise they would be passed over because people don't want to give them an opportunity. Maybe because they have had to endure other people's perceptions, that they just said, look, if I'm going to get anything out here, I got to go out here and get it myself, and I'm not going to be that way being a shrinking violet. I have to stand up for myself, So before you start to treat someone based on prejudgments, think about why they may act that way. Think about how they may have been treated, and then do different. Do different? Is that right? I don't know. Be different. Treat them differently. Treat them just like freaking people. Stop. We have to, in this community, we have to stop putting these dividers between ourselves. We have to stop separating ourselves into these groups. We have to stop getting into it with each other or thinking terrible things about each other based on skin color. We have to stop fighting each other based on who has natural hair and who has a relaxer, who has their kinky hair and who likes to wear weaves, based on who's vegan, who eats all the chicken wings in the world. We have to stop putting these little separators up like, okay, I'm different from other black people because, or I'm this way and other people are that way. Because, listen, at the end of the day, there is an attack on all of us. No matter what shade, no matter what economic status, no matter what your hair look like, what kind of clothes you wear, what kind of food you eat, there is an attack on all black people going on in this country. It doesn't matter if you wear braids or if you wear weaves. You can still... Look at my husband calling in the middle of this podcast. Knock it off, huh? Like I was saying, it doesn't matter, because we all get a little scared, get them butterflies in our stomach when you see the blue lights in the rearview mirror, right? We all could be, God forbid, stretched out on the street, shot by a police officer because you were reaching for a wallet. We all could walk into a police station under arrest for a minor traffic violation and end up dead in the cell. We all could be killed by some fake cop vigilante because he thinks we don't belong in a neighborhood. I mean, I have had to tell my 13-year-old son not to run down the street while he's wearing a hoodie if he's late for school, because I don't want him to have a confrontation with the police because maybe he looks suspicious. How many other women, light-skinned, dark-skinned, have had to have that same conversation? Probably many of us. Skin color doesn't matter. All that matters is that we stop this infighting and try to get some unity about ourselves. so that we can fight the real enemy. You cannot win a war when you are fighting on two fronts. And if we fighting each other and trying to fight them, they've already won. So that's it. That's true opinion. That's my true opinion on colorism. It's disgusting. We need to stop. Skin color, the shade of color that you are, whether you are light skin or dark skin, it doesn't matter. We're all people. We're all beautiful black people. And that's how we need to treat each other. So, at the end of that conversation I was having with my husband, he said something really sweet. He said, well, you just do what you have to do. Just do what you do. And I said, well, what do you mean? And he was like, you're an awesome mom. So you make sure that they have a strong bond. You can do it. You can show them how to look out for each other and make sure that the world doesn't try to tear them apart, make them feel different from each other because of the color of their skin. So, hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I do. And y'all watch out for the Frazier girls because they ain't going to be nothing to play with. So, make sure that you please interact with me on social media, True Opinion Show, on Twitter, on Instagram. Stop by and see some pictures of the girls. True Opinion Podcast. You can send me an email at Adontaus, Adontaus, at trueopinionshow.com. Email me show ideas. Let me know what you think. Anything you want me to talk about or give you my opinion on. I would love, love, love to hear from you. That's it. It's time for me to go. Let's see. Maya is finishing up her bottle. Nai is getting restless, pulling the microphone cord. Like, knock it off, lady. I'm ready for some attention. So I got to go. All right, y'all. Bye.